many more than before. So, and they would bring other things to the papacy as well. So, I cannot speculate, but certainly trust in the Spirit.
I find this graphic very interesting. So this is cardinal representation versus Catholic population. And look at that top line.
Good morning.
Is cardinal representation in Europe. And then Catholic population in Europe, we know, has declined. And that number is much smaller. Latin America and the Caribbean is more Catholic than you do the cardinal representation proportionally. Asia Pacific, a large number of cardinals and a smaller number of Catholics, a growing part of the Catholic Church there as well. And you see in Africa a lot of growth in cardinals versus the proportion for Africa. And you see the North American number there that's obviously is the United States. So what's your take there in that, Bishop?
I think there's certainly been a change right over the last 2 years. Currently, especially during this papacy where by reaching out to the peripheries, you have a representation of these communities, which hopefully does proportionately better than in the more Catholic traditional areas like Europe and the West. Poverty, persecution, the need for the community to always come together, and the teaching of the faith in a clear and powerful way becomes further ground for vocations and for spreading the good news. And we see that in the third world. And it is growing, and it's growing in a beautiful way. So now, in the years past, we and the West, before the United States and Europe, sent all these missionaries to Asia and to Africa. Now, in many instances, because of the
78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you're notified when I drop a video. And if you dig the video, please share the video. Man, this is disgraceful, man. I don't care what nobody say, man. Okay, look, nobody goes from being projected to be top 5 in all these NFL drafts, then out of nowhere, he falls out of the first round completely and out of the second round. This is a kid, Shador Sanders, who comes from a legendary football family. So you know what's in his genetics. He don't have a criminal record. He's not in trouble. He's not out here getting into fights or disrespecting people. Nothing. This is a kid who's in college playing football, a leader of men. But yet, the NFL saw fit, and these teams have organized and talk to each other on the phone and text messages and said, "Hey, we're not gonna humble Shador. Yeah, we'll let him in the NFL, but we're gonna humble him. Yeah, he got too much swag. He's too confident. You know what I'm saying? Him and his daddy. We're gonna whip some of that Kunta Kinte up out of him and make sure he know his name is Toby. We're gonna make sure of that." And some people ain't got no problem with that. I just heard Colin Cowherd of FS1. This dude got a history of saying weirdo stuff, racist stuff. Colin Cowherd talking about, Shakur's too cocky. What's happening? What's happening to society? What's wrong with being a little humble? What's wrong with being humble? What's wrong with that? Why is everyone making a big deal because he wasn't drafted? Who is he supposed to be that he has to get drafted? Colin Cowherd, the same dude who just totally disrespected Russell Westbrook his whole career, refused to give Russ any props, even though Russ has had a legendary Hall of Fame career. Colin Cowherd continues to disrespect him. He disrespected Derrick Rose and everybody else. He don't like cocky, athletic guys because that's frankly something he could never be. He never had the confidence to be cocky and sure of himself. Never had that. And what I've noticed is 2 things can happen. When men see other men are extremely confident and sure of themselves, they either admire them or they hate them. No in between. Men who are not sure of themselves, when they see a man walk into the room that is confident and establishes himself as the alpha, right? Men either admire him or they hate him. And you have to ask yourself, which one are you? Because I don't understand what the kid has done to deserve this. I don't understand what Dion has done to deserve this. If people are saying, "Oh, this is about his dad," and stuff like that, well, what did Dion do? Dion did nothing. Dion, he hasn't done nothing. He's a coach in Colorado. Yeah, they hate on him. They was hating on him in the college football ranks. Other coaches and trying to organize to hurt Dion down there. And the way he draft and why kids want to come play with him and stuff. And now what they're doing too, not only are they hurting Shador right now and trying to hurt, but they hurting Dion by doing this. Because they feel like if they humiliate Dion and humiliate Shador, then maybe they're not as cool and as popular going into next year for these new kids to want to come and transfer over to.
Free up your weekend and your budget with True Green. No one makes it easier or more affordable to get a beautiful lawn you'll love. Style or substance. Or here's another choice. Don't stop.
Over to Colorado, or guys want to sign with Colorado, things of that nature. They're trying to make them, like, look, you sign with Colorado, this is what you got to look forward to, you know what I'm saying? But you can't really say that because, Travis Hunter, he went number 2 to Jacksonville, and, Travis Hunter, best college football player last year. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I don't like what's going on here, though, you know what I mean? But these people league. This is their league, man. You know what I'm saying? This is how it go, man. This is how it go with them. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's been hard for me. Like, I can't get back into it. I used to be a die-hard football fan, bro. Like, I used to watch football back when, Brett Favre, that's my dude. That was my favorite, before he got into all this mess down there in Mississippi, stealing money. But, I grew up on Green Bay Packer football. Brett Favre, that was my dude. So, you know what I'm saying? Win or lose, I was riding with Favre, you know what I mean? And I watched football all the way up, and I hated Aaron Rodgers. Still hate Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? I like Jordan Love, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, and I wasn't even watching football no more because of the stuff that happened with Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? So when people ask me about the game, I might see it on TV, I might see a touchdown play or something like that, but I don't know the players. I'm not watching it, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to conversate about it. But then, I had the pleasure of meeting Jordan Love, young brother, quarterback, and my homeboy said, "Hey, that's Jordan Love." You know what I'm saying? Look, we was in the restaurant, chop it up and stuff like that. Then my other homeboy, he hit me up and said, "Hey, he met Jordan Love too, I think at a restaurant too." And he said he was cool. So I said, "Man, I want to try to support the brother." But every time I try to get back into watching the NFL, man, it's always like this block there, bro. It's always like this block that's stopping me from getting up every Sunday and being enthusiastic, man. Because these dudes, man, look at Roger Goodell, man. Roger Goodell just looked like one of them dudes. Y'all know what I'm saying, man. Don't he make your heart hurt a little bit just looking at it? Yeah, be careful not to look in Roger Goodell's eyes in this picture, man. This dude just looked like one of them dudes, man. Leroy, get my shotgun. We going hunting. Ooh-wee. We gonna catch this Shador. He just look like one of them. I'm sorry, man. So I don't know. It is what it is. But Shador gonna have to, use this as motivation. Don't let them break your spirit and try to humble you. Like they say. Don't let them humble you. Be confident. You know who you are. Your father raised you. Be the man that your father raised you to be. You know what I'm saying? And you go up in there and you work harder than anybody. That's what you gotta do. Whoever you draft, you go there and you work harder than anybody. You study that playbook like nobody's business. You know that. You know it. You pay attention to practice. You do what you gotta do, man. Because with this here, they gonna be rooting for you to fail, man. They want bad reports about you. They want to be able to say, "Oh, he's our third string quarterback, our fourth string quarterback, and he ain't no improvement." They want to be able to say something bad about you, bro. So you gotta go up in there and you gotta be disciplined. You gotta work harder than anybody, man. But anyway, I think I keep saying Shakur, I'm thinking about boxing. I think Shador will be fine. it's an embarrassing situation, but I think he'll be fine. He'll get through this. It's gonna build character. That's all. You know what I mean? But he getting a rude awakening on day one. You know what I'm saying? They telling you who they are, so now you gotta believe it. Somebody show you who they are, you gotta believe it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear no mess about no. Man, it ain't that, man. Ain't no racism, man. They ain't trying to send no message, man. They drafted other black people. Of course they did. Y'all, there's something wrong with y'all, dude. I don't know why black folks still acting like they don't understand America. They don't understand racism. Well, it can't be racist. I mean, we got LeBron James. I mean, just goofy. Anyway, y'all go check me out on Patreon, man. Patreon.com/78 Sports TV. Come on through there, sign up, man. We got a whole community over there of grown folks, and we talk grown folk conversation, man. Relationships, taxes, real estate, credit, you know what I mean, money management, you know what I mean, parenting, all things we talk over there, man. So y'all come check me out on Patreon. It's patreon.com/78 Sports TV. Hopefully my Milwaukee Bucks win tonight. Hopefully Shador get drafted. So we ain't got to continue talking about this. I'm going to probably hit up deuces, y'all.
Worry about theft of your mail and packages? Wouldn't it be great if you could view and...
Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Boy, it's getting tough out here in these Dayton streets. A second woman has come forward, claiming that Shannon Sharp also essayed her back in 2010 when she dated him. A woman named Michelle Evans says she dated Shannon Sharp for 10 years before he became abusive in 2010. She filed a lawsuit against him in 2023, but allegedly dropped that lawsuit out of fear. Let me back up. She filed a restraining order against him in 2010, but allegedly dropped that restraining order out of fear. The 2023 lawsuit is ongoing. Family, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I will tell you that I did say that others would come if this chick was remotely believable. Once she jumped out there and it looked like she might get some traction on her accusations against Shannon, I'm talking about the Gabriella chick, the floodgates were going to open up. Now you have every woman who thinks that she got the short end of the stick that you ever dealt with coming forward with a story. Because y'all know how it is, fam. In these relationships, unfortunately, there's a lot of hurt, from both sides. We hurt each other. It's sad, but damn, it's like that in a lot of relationships. We hurt each other to the extent that we don't even want anything to do with that person that we spent so much time together with, all that quality time. We've been to plays together, funerals together, weddings together, anniversaries, family reunions, parties, concerts, games, everything. This person has lied next to you for years. When somebody when you allow somebody to lie next to you, you're at your most vulnerable state. That person can open the door and let the killers come in, or that person can turn into the killer while you're sleeping because you're at your most vulnerable. And so it just amazes me how when the relationship don't pan out, how vindictive we become. It's not just one side. We become vindictive. Put some money into the equation, and now you have a recipe for disaster. You're gonna see the worst of the worst come out of people. things I've seen people do to people who they have children with, you be damn, like, and I'm not even getting to the part where they kill each other. I'm just talking about the way they talk to each other, the way they treat each other. And oftentimes it's in front of the kids. They have no discretion. They have no trepidation about how they conduct themselves in front of these children who they're raising. It's madness. So this chick comes forward now. Well, her lawsuit has been brewing allegedly in the background before all of this even came out. So now she's on Front Street with her story. I hate to say it, fam, but it's probably gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. And wow, for two of them to come out like that, it'll probably be more. Damn. It's sad because Shannon was doing so good. What he was doing, building his podcast empire it's just nothing short of remarkable. And it was a model for others to follow. Not necessarily the actual content, but just the business structure of it all. How he was able to pivot from sports to the podcast game to the media game. I mean, I don't know anybody who did it better. And he was only getting bigger. This is going to cost him some financial equity. This is going to cost him some career equity. I don't know how much, but man, this is bad. I heard Shannon was up for a $100 million deal, had a $100 million deal on the table. That $100 million is not going to happen, at least not right now. If they go forward with the deal, it'll probably be closer to half of that, right? 50, 60 millions, even maybe 70 million. Hell, it could go down to 20 million, 30 million. But whatever the case, this is bad. And I didn't know that Shannon had offered a $10 million settlement. $10 million settlement? Whether you're guilty or not, it just looks suspicious. Because I'm not giving nobody nothing. I'm not offering nothing. I'm not offering $10. Because my rep supersedes any amount of money I could ever attain. Yeah, man. I'm not going to have my rep associated with that. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.
They laughed when I made that pink salt recipe that works like the Brazilian weight loss pen. But they shut up real quick when they saw my 27-inch waist at work. I started using this.
Money. It's about the exposure, the fame, the notoriety, the connections, and the crowd that is cheering for you. All of these men involve Shannon, Matt Barnes, Shaquille O'Neal, their post-career. And anybody that knows a professional athlete or former professional athlete, they'll tell you one thing they struggle with is when there's no more lights, cameras, or action. Many men go into depression from the NBA, NFL, when they have to retire, or they're too to play, or they get an injury, right? So they often, what we've learned from a lot of them, or I have, a lot of them are really depressed when they don't get that fanfare, the crowd yelling for them, screaming their name. They've been used to that since they were kids, since they were in Little League, AAU teams. So if you thinking to yourself, wow, well, why would Shaq? Shaq probably has more money than Shannon, probably, but it's the jealousy of the. See, Shannon has bigger platforms. a further reach, more collaborative efforts. Think of along the lines of Chad Ochocinco, ESPN, y'all. He's out there. And I feel like they're jealous because they're like, you know what? You out here, you doing this, you doing that. But you just like us. And when people envy you and they resent you, don't be surprised. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about snakes. When you're in a room full of snakes, be careful. Because the same thing they do it to them, they'll do to you. So Matt, please know, please believe that if Shaq put a bounty on Shannon's head, he damn sure will put a bounty on your head. Because I do believe, and I could be wrong, amongst the three, you little bank. You're the little snake. And in these type of games, it's big bank take little bank. Snakes do cannibalize each other. Just FYI, for those of you that like to roll, shake, rattle, and roll with snakes and be in the presence of snakes, they do cannibalize each other. I remember the first time I saw it. I watched it. It damn near creeped me out. I didn't understand how one snake could devour, overpower, chase down another snake and then eat it, starting with the head. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't understand how the fight went down, but because when you think about snakes individually, they evoke fear. You know, you come up on a snake, it's like, oh, wait a minute. To most of us, we're scared of all of them. Like, oh, that's a snake, it's dangerous. But when you put a snake in a pit of other snakes, the biggest snake, the fiercest, the fastest, the most powerful one wins. So be careful, because it's always somebody next to you. And when you see how deadly and how lethal a snake can be, don't think that the same couldn't happen to you. And the crazy part is, Shaq waited. He waited. And then he put a number on it. And then Shannon, he was able to penetrate your inner circle. From what I believe, I have a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion. Somebody in your inner circle gave him the tea. They dropped the tea on you because allegedly another person on you because allegedly another person in your inner circle, close sources of Shannon Sharp, claim he had BDSM sex with Gabby at least 100 times. Now, who would know that about you, Shannon? Who would tell? Who would have sold you out? Come to find out, y'all, there's a new thing that just leaked today. His bodyguard just came out and tweeted. And he tweeted on Twitter, and then he went back and deleted it because he signed an NDA. And what the bodyguard is saying, hold on, let me blow it up. The bodyguard said, oh, hell no. He met this hoe when she was 17 at a Diddy party. At a Diddy party. Somebody don't like the fact that you almost got away with whatever it is that we don't know about you. See, this is way bigger than this, y'all. And the roosters have come home to crow. What goes on in the dark will come to light. That's why I ain't mad about him being asked to step down. See, I don't give a damn that he's black. Because your own desires have crippled you. Your own desires have devoured you. Your appetite, your lust for down and dirty BDSM caused Shaq to put a price on your head because he wanted to know so that he could sell you out. And it seems like he did, allegedly. But now your bodyguard is selling you out, posting stuff on Twitter. On Twitter. And he says, F the NDA. I wouldn't be surprised. Watch your circle. Watch that inner clique. It's always the Judas at the table with you. And a lot of y'all are running around clicked up, screwed up. Not thinking or pausing for a second to be like, wait a minute, you this vicious? I know you'll do the same thing to me. And eventually, every snake, every dog has its day. You cannot operate in chaos too long without the shit hitting the fan. That's it. That's all. So I'm not mad at all. I'm going to sit back watch it play out as it should. Because I strongly believe there's a lot of people, there's a lot of successful people in platforms and in places that they did not earn. They got there based on persona. They got there based on a favor, right? And here's the crazy part. I did a little bit of homework. I said, okay, this, I know they're trying to make it appear as if this girl got upset. See, this girl's going to get paid one way or the other. Let me tell you this. The girl that's accusing him of hurting her, watch this. Now the other girl came out that he was with. The other lady named Michelle has just come out and dropped a lawsuit against him. And I'm going to get there. Watch this. I believe Gabriella has received a check from at least 2 sources, whether she wins this lawsuit or not, okay? There's always a meeting before the meeting, and there's always a meeting after the meeting. Shannon Sharp will not be returning to ESPN, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Based on everything that's happening in real time, I do not see the likes of Disney, because ESPN is operated and owned by the Walt Disney Corporation. I do not foresee Shannon Sharp returning to that platform as he's predicted by preseason when football starts. No sir. Somebody's going, the way these receipts are dropping, somebody's trying to make sure that you never work again in your life. And I think it comes down to jealousy. If you go back and let's establish a timeline, watch this. If you establish a timeline, Shannon Sharp interviewed Cat Williams in January of 2024. January of 2024. They sat down, and this was probably one of the most lucrative interviews that Shannon Sharp has ever done. It catapulted him into a different dimension of success. It gave him notoriety, credibility. I mean, he became the standard overnight, all because of Cat Williams. Is it safe to say that Cat Williams was a blessing to Shannon, and Shannon was a blessing to Cat Williams? They both revitalized each other's career in one aspect or the other. And because of the Cat Williams interview, Shannon Sharp came into a $100 million deal that he was supposed to sign the Monday after Easter. That's called reciprocity. That's called reciprocity, when favor finds you. I want to break down what happened in that interview that Shannon should have latched onto and he failed to do. All right. But before I do that, let me tell you why I talk about the jealousy of it all. Ooh, you got to be careful. You got to be careful of making it, working hard. There's a lot of people that don't want to see you make it. There's a lot of people that are rooting for you, but there's a lot of them that are angry and upset because they couldn't do it. They haven't been chosen, or they are not in that spot. So when he did that interview with Cat Williams in January of 2024, a lot of black men took up issue with Shannon Sharp. They didn't like him. They came against him. And they were mad because he allowed his guest, Cat Williams, to tell his story. He didn't tell Cat what to say. He didn't try to buffer him and or censor him. He just let him talk. He treated him like a guest. And as a result, it was a win-win situation for both parties, Shannon and Cat. And that's the way business is supposed to be. When you walk into a business setting, the goal is, when we all push back from the table, whatever it is that we are trying to enter into business about, it should be a win-win situation for all parties, where we're all walking away like it's a win for us. Cat won and Shannon won, period, point blank. I believe the clock started ticking a month or two after that interview, when they decided whomever, and I'm gonna say Shaq, and a lot of people didn't like him, Mike Epps, all of these black men with these washed up ass careers, right? Not calling them broke, just washed up ass careers. It's not about his money thereafter. These Negroes are jealous of the visibility that he's received when they perceive him to be on the same level as them. See, a lot of people hate you because of their perception of you, their visual of you, and they mad at, most times it's not the tangible, it's the intangible items they want. Why they like her so much? Why they love him so much? Why they keep picking him? Why they keep calling out her name? Why she get this? Why he get that? That's what they didn't like. And they put a target on your back. But had it not been for your own behavior, there's nothing to target. So Shannon walked himself right into the trap because he interviewed Cat Williams in 2024. I believe 2 or 3 months after that, Shaq was like, hey, somebody dig up something on him. Now, here's the thing. Follow me. Are y'all still tuned in? Follow me. Allegedly, the story being told is Shannon started messing with Gabriella when she was 19. So that would have put us in 2023. When Cat Williams sat with Shannon, that was in 2024. So he was already a year in with Gabby. Shannon was. Shannon could have taken what Cat Williams was laying down in that interview, the wisdom and the knowledge that was there, and backed up out of that situation. Follow me, please follow me closely. See, a lot of people focus on the entertainment piece of what Cat Williams was saying about, oh, this is the year of revelation, and how he outed a lot of people in the industry and told their business and this, and it was entertainment and it was funny, and it was. But I heard what most people did not hear. See, when he said the year of revelation.
Does anyone have thoughts on last week's reading? Oh, Mr. Kod.
Not you. Him.
Shannon, that was your cue. And he also said nobody will be able to escape it. Not TD Jakes, not Puff Daddy. Nobody will be able to escape what's coming. Everybody's about to be exposed, and nobody's going to be able to save you. If you understand the true definition of revelation, I'm going to read it to you. Revelation is a surprising and previously unknown fact, especially one that is made known in a dramatic way. Boom! Leaked audio, leaked text, leaked sex tapes, all of that. Let me go back. A revelation is a surprising and previously unknown fact, not a rumor. Fact. So when Cat Williams said, this is the year of revelation, he wasn't talking about what we think, somebody lying on somebody. He was talking about facts are about to be exposed about all these people that are not living right. About all of these people that are not living right. And here's the, wait a minute, follow me. Here's the caveat to the nuance, right? The nuance is the year of revelation. The caveat is you don't have to be a Christian to be exposed. Come on. You don't have to be a Christian to be exposed. So that was the day that God sent you your get out of jail free card, in my opinion. Abort mission, leave that child alone. And come to find out now today, just an hour ago, you've been messing with her since she was 17, maybe. You met her at a Diddy party. 17 years old. You've been in proximity to her. Even if you didn't touch her, you knew it was wrong. But in 2023, you could have walked away unscathed. If you would have listened to Cat Williams talk about revelation, exposure, the rug being pulled out from the feet of Hollywood and all of these people that are doing these nasty and dirty things, corruption, immorality, lack of integrity, but you didn't think it applied to you. You know why? Because God gave you over to yourself and your own selfish and evil desires. You get what I'm saying? BDSM. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. You didn't even pause enough to think, damn, this applies to me too. It never crossed your mind that when Kat sat there, this was your opportunity to get out of jail free. It never crossed your mind when Monique sat there. You know what? Let me backtrack. Let me get up out of this. You became a victim of your own behavior, which causes me to believe that you're a drifter. And for those of you that understand anything about drifting, it's a term that's used quite often in a book called Outwitting the Devil. In the book Outwitting the Devil is sitting in front of Napoleon Hill, and they're having this sophisticated conversation about hypnotic energy and drifting. And Napoleon Hill looks at the devil And he says to him, if you're so powerful, how come you haven't taken me under? How come you haven't destroyed me yet? And the devil responded, it's because of your wife. Your wife is your covering. But make no mistake about it. Should she leave you, you leave her, she divorced or whatever, I will come back for you. See, Shannon, here's the thing. Listen to me closely. The devil also explained to Napoleon Hill that drifting, if you're not careful, there's a window of opportunity to escape. Okay? And I think that the time frame he gave was 7 years. He said, but after that, it becomes embedded in your DNA. It becomes embedded in your pathology. It becomes a part of your lifestyle. Lifestyle is who you take on, what you take on, the personas, the habits, the traits, the ideology. We don't know how long Shannon Sharp has been into this lifestyle. Okay? All we know is he's a drifter. And according to the devil, the 7-year time frame is all you have to change your ways. Think about people that are drug addicts, homeless people. And you're like, how come they can't clean up their life? How come he can't seem to kick the habit? He's drifted too long. He's drifted too long. So I do believe that no matter what, Shannon Sharp is not going to change. And I really don't care. I'm just here to focus on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. He's been drifting too long. We don't know how long, but I'm going to start with the 10-year time mark based on what Michelle has said. That's the white woman that you gave for 10 years who's now suing you. That's the white woman that is openly said, and I don't know why any woman would say this openly.
That was good, man. They hit the spot for me. I'll be getting some sleep. Get me some freaking sleep.
Come out publicly and say that, Gabby. You can come out publicly and say that, Michelle, because you don't even know that you're a drifter. You don't even know that's not normal behavior. Even if it
So
is
cold. Wow. I'm tired, bro.
It's too late. And that's why I say he's not going to change. Ask any person that has struggled with addiction. See, a lot of times we hone in and we focus and we assign addiction to substances, alcohol, drugs. Ask any sex addict. Ask any child molester. The taste, the desire never goes away. Even when they suppress it, even when they try to behave, they have to do everything in their due diligence to keep themselves out of temptation. Out of temptation. One wrong move, they can find themselves right back to where they started. That's why I say he will always have the desire. It's like a dog that gets a taste of freedom. And this dog has gotten a taste of freedom. This dog has gone there. This dog has done it over 100 times according to sources, not one, not two, but sources in his inner circle that have aired him out, that has told his business, this is what he does. It's too late, y'all. So Black women, stand down. Don't be mad about that because you were not elected and selected to be dehumanized.
To be dehumanized. And you got it, the girl's page. Her name is Queen. Sheba Darling. You can go to her page and hear the rest. I'm going to sleep. I appreciate y'all for listening. I thank y'all for understanding. I hope you share my videos, subscribe. I'll be watching boxing later, freestyling later, and I love y'all. And you know what's happening with the draft with Deion Sanders' son, with Shannon Sharp, P Diddy, Kanye West, and a whole bunch of other black men in America. They went after the Mexicans, now they after us. White supremacy is just not going to ever stop breaking us, breaking us, utilizing us against each other, teaching us lessons that you will never, ever be financially wealthy to the point where you'll be getting generational wealth. They want you always to be suffering and dependent upon white zaddy. This is no lie. This is the reality of history repeating itself. We back to the beginning. We starting all over again. It's just the majority of the people that know it are now in their late 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. These young people have no idea what we're talking about. They are so lame. They have no backbone. They don't know shit. They have never really, really worked in their life. I mean, it's just a generation full of jackasses. They will not admit to it, but they don't know shit. They do not know. They're really a bunch of fucking junkies and rejects. Mentally, emotionally disturbed. They really don't know how to manage money. They lame as hell. And again, they are caught up in code switching, gentrification, alphabet letters, and fake ass freedom. They have no substance about history. They're dumb as fuck. And they scared of black history because Zaddy is telling them to be scared of black history. When they wake up one damn day and realize the truth, it's gonna be too late. When I guess the truth don't even fucking matter no more. The real problem that we have is that women are weaponizing their vagina against real testosterone men. And retroactively, without hesitation, limitation, and statutes of limitation, they're utilizing it all to get ungained money. They've been doing it since abortions, and they're gonna do it forever. These pro-life. These motherfuckers are killers. You know how many women out here have killed children, whether they have rejected the semen or took the semen, or was given the semen and decided to get rid of the birth. And they walk this earth as though nothing has transpired. If you, as a woman, no matter how successful you are, if you terminated your child, you're a fucking killer. There's no if, there's no ands, and there's no buts. You can't champion walking on this earth talking about you a nurturer. You're a successful, independent woman because you allowed yourself to make a decision and then have others and you put them on Front Street like you're the greatest. You ain't shit and your mama ain't shit. I don't like your asses because I know you're demon spirits and all this. I'm going. I'm the new. You're an old ass woman trying to be young, competing with 21-year-olds. I do not give a damn how many operations you get, how sexy you think you are. You are damaged goods, waiting to trap somebody to love you for your surfaceness, but behind closed doors, they're dealing with a mentally ill, emotionally disturbed, crippled ass living in the past hoochie mama gold digger. You grew up like that, busybody. You was selling that thing. First you was giving it away, then you started selling it in high school and college. And then in the real world, you knew you could weaponize that shit and get a come up in the business world. You went to the highest bidder in the industry you were in. You know you did some nasty shit, but you're used to it. You've been used to it. You want to get ahead, you manipulate with cold stone interactions. I've seen it. I know it's being done and will continue to be done. Generate your whispering. You're whispering. You're always whispering. I can barely hear your motherfucking asses. Y'all know what time it is. You want to hate on me because I'm telling you the truth hurts, don't it? Y'all think, oh, he wrong for what he's saying. When men start speaking the truth and stand up for themselves, you don't like it. You don't like it. Girl, huh, he won't get no box from me. I swear to God he won't. But you'll give a dude who's singing who got AIDS and got herpes and gonorrhea and syphilis or whatever the hell they have all your sex in a moment. But you won't give a dude who sits around you every day and suffers behind your stupidity. You want some oh, my bad. I was about to go to a whole nother level. Nah, I ain't doing that. I'm in the trap for life. I ain't being mentally abusive to y'all. Y'all wasting my damn time. You ain't talking about nothing. Dog, don't underestimate yourself. I'm the trap god. Is Shay screwed? Everybody getting money off this dude, man. Everybody is. God, dog. He done made everybody come up. Willie D and DJ Vlad. Can I get a microphone check? Hell yeah, we go. Trap God, rap God, sitting in the front row, flipping these balls. I got a dog that's mad at me, but he thought that was gonna pop off with Bud Crawford. But nope, too late. OG piracy. Breaking news. The white man was standing outside bothering me as I was going to do what I gotta do to make money. Look at that. You see everybody named Mama talking about this shit? It profoundly affected the entire system. This man's downfall. Or he's starting to be downfall. He's still holding up. I watched this show today. He's still holding up. I guess if you live in denial so long, you don't have no other choice. I mean, it is what it is. This is a fight that's coming on. You know what I mean? So, Eubank versus Ben, he missed weight. One of them sleep better, happy. Look, this is a real boot kisser. The most ass-licking black motherfucker in life, right there. He is a blueprint of self-hate. This some bitch talk a good game, but he's dumb as fuck. And people can't see it. Most of the time, people want to believe in a lie. He just sound like he know what he's talking about. He's dumb as fuck. He'll tell you he's stupid, but it don't take much to get over on Americans. Look, Cameron, it's everybody named Mama got something to say about Shannon Sharp. I mean, every single one. Everybody. That shit is crazy. I got a hater next door to me. He's a smoker too. I want to show y'all a picture of him. I'm gonna put him on the motherfucking. I'm gonna put that hater on the whatchamacallit. I seen him today. It's not a clear picture, but he one of them white rednecks that follow people around. And yeah, I'm gonna put him on my image. No, I'm gonna talk about him later though. Damn, bro, he's on everything. I think he's more than OJ was. Shit. So, look, Shaq hated Shannon Sharp. Big time. Man. And, of course, a big fat ass. Man, she warned him, Monique. But Monique was warning him because Monique want that black dick. She wasn't warning him because he was dating white women. She really, in her life, desire a real man. She got a metrosexual. She'll never, I mean, who calls somebody daddy all the damn time? Come on. I don't give a damn how loud and crazy she acts. She weird. She's fucking weird. Who would want to allow I know she gotta look at herself and say, girl, I'm a fucking fool. I know I am. In the mirror. But you can't tell her nothing because she gonna be loudest person in the room as usual. When you do tell her reality, it ain't gonna penetrate. It's not gonna penetrate. I've seen many fat black women that talk shit all the time. They're so delusional, you can't get in touch with their ego. They don't need you for shit, so how can you tell them anything? There ain't nothing about them that can't get what they want when they've been doing it all their life. This motherfucker right here has lost his damn mind. Alabama woman arrested for running over and killing boyfriend on Easter. She has lost her damn mind. I can't believe it. Somebody yanked that damn hair out, or she was getting her hair done, or something. No, that's somebody that pulled her shit out. That's to the scalp. She might have even done it. Look, the Lakers are down 2 games. They down 2 games. LeBron just sitting there, cause he know the refs gonna give him all the calls these next games coming up. When this reach it. Oh my God, bro. It's just like, I'm just scrolling. Mayweather, fake money exposed. I'm just saying, bro, I can't even scroll to a beat because this man is everywhere. I would be designing a finance room my damn self if I was in the game. I ain't in the game no more. You think it's a game, boy, when you lock his ass up like they did OJ, that's when shit gonna hit the fan. He gonna, all them pretty teeth gonna be right where he wanna be. And we get behind them bars serving time like OJ and Bill Cosby. Even Floyd Mayweather went up in there. Mike Tyson went up in there. Tupac went up in there. All of them for sexual situations that they say they're not guilty. And every last one of them had a story to tell about somebody trying to take them on and challenge them. And you gotta do something. And I could see if he stay in there too long, I could see all them big muscles turning into a female. Guys who got muscles be gay as hell. They be bent at the wrist, walking around all sassy and shit. Then the only type of money he gonna be able to make for commissary is when he tell the truth about his real existence. Cause he sure like doing it in the booty and getting it put in. Let me stop. I don't want to say all that. Here go your boy told him. Let's hear it. Michael Irvin
I chose a
told him.
treatment that works with my lifestyle. I choose Ocrevus.
He went through a lot of crap himself. That man went through a lot himself.
Fresh law. I was sitting here watching the game, Boston game, and just like most people, picked up my phone, boom, started scrolling. The first thing came up was, of course, the tape of the phone conversation between Shannon and the girl. I don't want to disrespect her, and I don't want to call her Jane Doe now that her name is out there. Just because I'm almost afraid to even talk about it, and I didn't want to talk about it. I would just sit here and
These country motherfuckers, because he said he afraid to talk about it, but he gonna say a story to indict his damn self.
I saw one time that the leaked tape, and then the statement came up, Shannon's statement, because he had to speak and address all the social media. Everything comes up. His lawyer saying they offered $10 million, tens of millions, and now the thing starts to unravel in a way that I say that obviously the intent or whatever it is, it gets worse and worse for him. And that's why it put me in a bad place. Like, I'm excited about the draft tomorrow. And then, well, we started last night, the Lakers did win. We'll talk about all of that. And then excited about the draft, and then just trying to watch sports. What I love, watching sports and pulling the meaning out of sports. But we get these stories like this. And go to Shannon, it makes its way into sports. And this is like when he said they offered $10 million to sell it. Everybody will think out here like, oh, you must got something on you if you're gonna offer $10 million. But this game now is not a game about finding truth. That's what I was trying to say to you guys on the live stream yesterday. And I don't really want to talk about it, but because of I've had such history. But that's why I have to talk about it. Because I don't know if I can remain real with you guys of knowing that I've had history and I don't say anything about it. And it's not my way anyway. But be you not deceived, I don't want to talk about it. I really don't. Because I work hard to keep it out of my life. I don't even like talking because I don't want to bring it around me. And every man worries about it, what he's going through. And this is what it is. Because now he's venturing into a place where it's just lose-lose for him. People say, why would you offer $10 million? You must have had something, you must have done something, you must have done something. No, it doesn't mean you're guilty. This is and that's a hell of a nuisance value. What a lot of people have to do is have to determine if there's a nuisance value to make it just get out of here. If it's something that can destroy you, and you're seeing what's happening, and their side, they're not going to put everything out at once. They're going to keep putting little things out, one at a time. So everybody will talk about this today. Then you'll give it a couple of days and something else will come out. Put out something new. That's why, in the beginning, a lot of people were shocked to hear the offer of $10 million. But that's what they call in that business a nuisance value. Now, you look at the 10, I look at 10 and say, whoa, that's real. But from him, and I'm sure all his advice.
For the acute treatment of migraine with or without Orin.
But from him, and I'm sure all his advisors and lawyers and everything, they're not looking at the 10, they're looking at the 100 that was in the press 2 weeks ago. So they're saying, oh God, do we just get the 10 so we can take in the 90? Because what's happening now is what they were worried about the most. They're willing to give the 10 to take in the 90. That was she gets anything or not, and at some point, all they're going to do is keep releasing things until you release. And I worry if every time something comes out, those numbers continue to change. It was at 10 to 90. Now, when they break something out, it can go 30 and 70. You see what I'm saying? What kind, until it gets to a point where, I don't know, does he lose everything? That's what I'm concerned about. That's why I was talking about this. This is the worst place to get. And if the game was played for truth, nobody would be doing this. We'll wait till we get to the courtroom. But the game isn't played for truth. The game is played, and I'm saying that game is just a game, God please. I don't want any of it. I shouldn't even be talking about it. But I'm just saying, that game is played a different way. It ain't about, let's find out really what happened. Let's find out about the truth. Kids, let's find out who's the best at convincing or confusing people, but getting them on our side. And through that process, the only person that has anything to lose is Shannon Sharp.
See, he should have shut the fuck up right there. Now he gonna tell a story, which I'm not gonna let. I'm not gonna let that man make a fool of himself on my platform, if you will. He about to open up his mouth and tell y'all a story about some things that he did wrong. He's stupid as hell. I mean, some old black folks on there, shut the fuck up. And he can get in trouble now. Who is this?
What can we do about it? What are you talking about? Like what? You like to fight? It's my fucked up right now. Yeah. See, this guy comes in when I'm cutting weight. Comes in when you come in. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow after the fight. I'll see you tomorrow after the fight. You're getting that ring. Yeah, what? Getting that ring? I'm getting that ring. I'll fucking give it to you. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, mate. You're fucking lucky you're fighting tomorrow. You're lucky, mate. You're lucky. Man, I like this. I like this energy. I like this energy. Yeah, what? You like the energy? You're a kid. You're a kid, yeah. Kid's gonna fuck you up. Yeah, kid's gonna fuck you up. Yeah. What's what happened? Yeah, what's what happened? Dead boy walking, yeah? Dead boy walking, yeah? Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky you're fighting tomorrow, and I need you to win. Okay. Yeah, you're lucky. So give you a good ass being in front of 60,000. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. I'll be there tomorrow. What can you do about it? Because every other promoter out here is a scumbag. That's why. You know, you've got Frank Warren behind me, been lying and cheating his way through boxing for the last couple decades. Sued me for a couple $100,000 a few years ago, so obviously I was never going to go with him. You know, the guy's a scumbag. Calais Sauerland, you know, had me locked up. Speak up, I can't hear you. Calais Sauerland had me locked up in a terrible contract for the last few years, squeezing money out of me at every opportunity. Scumbag. Eddie Hearn, Frank Smith, you know, they did everything they could to try and make this fight against Conor Benn still go ahead. Scumbag. Still go ahead. Why do you fight Hamza Sherrod scumbag? After knowing that they, that he was on steroids. Scumbags. You know, I would say the only. Why do you ask? I would say the only promoter that I know for sure isn't a scumbag is His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. You know, this is a man who isn't trying to take money from fighters. He isn't trying to use lawyers and accountants to lock fighters up in slave contracts. You know, he's a man of God. He's a man of religion. That's what's most important to the people of Saudi Arabia. He just wants to put the biggest fights on, the best events on, and pay fighters what they're worth. And as a fighter, you know, it's a blessing to be a fighter at this moment of time, because this is the first time we've ever had a promoter like this in the history of boxing. Oh, and you know, Ben Shalom's a very cool guy too. Welcome back, Chris. Harmony in the room, as expected.
Man, that's some deep shit right
This is a subtle
there.
mistake that can lose fights. Canelo has a tendency to move forward with his rear foot first, then his lead foot after. He does this to pressure larger opponents back and to set up traps with distance deception. But Dimitri Bivol used this to dismantle Canelo in their fight by timing Canelo in the middle of his rear foot step forward. This works so well because once Canelo steps his rear foot forward, he's left in a narrow stance where he can't counter or move until he steps his lead foot forward to adjust his stance. And the reason Bivol was able to time Canelo's rear foot step was because Canelo had a tell. He would lean forward on his lead foot before beginning his rear foot step. He did this to set traps, but Bivol took advantage. So Bivol would attack after the lean in and would catch Canelo off his stance. This is a subtle mistake that can lose.
So Terrence Crawford needs to study that right there so he can beat the shit out of Canelo. I'm pivoting. I'm moving all around. Boxing is another one of the things I watch. So, you know, damn. This is what it is in the trap game. Ladies and gentlemen, the trap rappers coming out. I don't want y'all to believe nothing.
I do anything.
Surprise!
We got a dog. You did. Oh, new.
I'm the rap guy. Fucking in the real shit. Call me again this. Getting the real shit. I'm just a trap guy. And ladies and gentlemen, you about to witness street knowledge. Let's turn it up. Here comes the hater looking at me, the trap guy. I don't want to disrespect. All I want to do is just to show you the way. Oh man, the vessel ain't open, I can tell. I can tell the vessel's not open, y'all. I gotta come back another time, but I thank y'all for coming through. My energy level's getting low because I ate. Please like, share, subscribe. I want to thank y'all for everything you do for me. The trap at the round. So these men gotta get together, man. The vagina's for sale. The girl had a OnlyFans account, and when she was young. Supposedly now I'm getting new information. I'm not gonna run with it. But if she was over there doing and being one of those that go to P. Diddy's party, just like that autistic woman, anybody could have showed up at P. Diddy's party, freak-offs. And there were so many of them under substances, how could you know right from wrong? Everybody was just giving up their goods. Can you imagine walking in a room full of naked people and just having sex? Watching sex?
Now, your small business can scale and save with the Built a Perfect 10. Get 10 new lines on our best unlimited.
Just a big old room full of orgies. You know? take your clothes off and do whatever you want to do with whomever you want to. Get your fetish satisfied. Some of those beautiful people in the world just let you caress them. Get all up in them and do whatever. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Puffy, will he ever get out of jail sitting up in that mud? Or will they master him as a monster and he's guilty for life? Never to see freedom again as an example. You had it all. You messed with the wrong white folks. They blackballed you. And now they taking everything. It's crazy, man. All of us are trapped. Why you hear me? I'm the trap guy. Kod Testimonies. We can't escape. I mean, damn. I'm not gonna hold y'all again. It's sad to see a black man, black people, not be able to come together to unify. When will we ever learn? Stop fighting amongst each other. We ain't gonna never learn. Shit. Truth of the matter, we already know. We just utilizing the formula for getting where you fit in. We are our own worst enemy. We sabotage our own selves. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, peace.